Welcome back to another episode of TVGP's We Roguelike It, the show we play every roguelike in history. This time we are playing Dreamscaper. I'm your host, Boston, playing this on the Series X. I'm joined, as always, by Moonpeer.
Also playing this on my Series X, shockingly enough, with a Game Pass game that's available on Xbox platforms.
Right, I was just going to say, it is on Game Pass, so if you want to play this game along with us and you have Game Pass, it's free to do so. I will admit here at the beginning, I feel like you're probably in the same boat. Did not have a lot of time to play this game this week due to life circumstances. So it's not like last game where it's like, yeah, I played 10 hours this week.
Yeah, you are correct, but there are some things we need to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with number one. What was your last unlock?
My
Because
last.
I'm probably further ahead than you. Like, what was the last thing you unlocked for the run kind of thing?
I don't know. I'm on my first run and I'm in the second area. I beat the first boss, the shark boss.
Yeah, the fear.
Yes, fear. I beat that boss and I'm like a couple of rooms into the next area. The most notable thing I did in the first area was the very first achievement I got was I discovered a secret room. And
me too.
got
I was going to say, point
Yep.
number one, secret rooms exist.
Yeah, I think I opened it via a bomb, like putting down a bomb to open a door. Yeah. I was opening a door that had like some of those orange crystals in it. I do have to say, I really like the framing of the tutorial, where the main character is like playing an old video game and you're playing that to learn the tutorial. I thought that was really, it's a pretty solid tutorial too. Like I kind of dig that.
So the tutorial isn't going to stop for about another 3 hours.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And that's going to be several runs worth of tutorial, just so you know. So
Gotcha. Okay.
the reason I bring this up is because this game has a lot going on.
Oh, okay.
A lot more than you think.
That's exciting.
So I would recommend number one, when you go back in to do your next run, you start at the first level again, like that countryside looking thing, which all of the level design is incredible. Each zone
really
has a
cool.
very distinct look, and I love the way it looks.
I really love that animation of the main character flopping back on bed and falling through the bed and falling into the level. Like that's a really cool piece of animation.
Yes. Every time you do that first level, once you beat the fear once, you have the chance to skip him, I believe.
I remember Nim talking about this on the main show proper, saying like, yeah, if you don't want some of the rewards, just skip this boss. No big deal.
Yeah, never do that because you get an insight for defeating the boss, which is the insight is the currency used to unlock additional items.
Gotcha. And that boss wasn't that bad.
Not too bad. And honestly, it gets so much easier as you get more, like as you get more unlocks and stuff like that. It becomes so much more simple.
Mm-hmm.
So what? How? Okay. You need to play this. You need to play this and just do a couple of runs. Good, bad, whatever. Finish that first run and start doing a couple of runs because you have yet to unlock how to unlock things in the runs. Obviously, basic roguelike it 101 here. Yep. Congratulations, you unlocked more weapons to use. And
you can unlock things.
You can get keepsakes, which are basically just like relics from the previous game that we played, which it just gives you random things. Then when you wake up, you can go to different locations in the city to go and do different things. Like that, you go to one location to unlock weapons. A different location lets you do stuff like increase your maximum health.
Oh, nice.
This type of unlocks a health well in one of the rooms. So on one of the floors, you get a health well, and it unlocks the puzzle room, the challenge rooms.
All right.
All of this is yet to be unlocked. And then you can craft gifts for people in the waking world.
Oh no, my weakness.
to start having conversations with them,
Oh no.
and then choose whose influence you want to go into the run with, which affects your stats and things like
Oh,
that.
wow.
So it has a social link system.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
This is really wild because starting the game, going through the tutorial, you're like, all right, yeah, I got a little bit of a combo. I got a blade, I got a break, I got a parry, I got a shield. This is all fairly standard stuff. You're going through your first run and you're like, this looks cool. Like
Uh-huh.
the
The
teleporting
design
is
is incredible.
it design's really great. Like this seems like kind of a standard roguelike, for better or for worse. And the stuff you're telling me that unlocks pretty quickly turns it into a pretty significantly different game.
Huh? I
Sounds
just
like for the
unlocked what's
better.
called the Dream Book, which
Oh,
allows you to pick your loadout when you enter the dream state.
wow, nice.
And then if you use your weapons and items and spells enough, you get mastery of them, which increases what they do in the dreamscape. So I'm sure you've
Ah,
probably used the baseball bat by now, because I'm pretty sure you get that in the tutorial.
I think so. Yeah.
And part of what that does is that gives it like plus 15 attack and like plus 5% critical chance or something
Oh,
like that.
wow.
So then you can obviously then get like blue and green tiers of drops for that weapon.
Right.
So then if you have mastery of the weapon, then you have mastery of the increased rates and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. That's clever.
So it allows you to choose what you want to start with, so you can focus down on mastery of a particular type of thing until you
Mm-hmm.
get a different weapon, and then you gain mastery towards that one instead.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
A lot
And
going on, man. Jeez.
yeah, and then all of the currency you get, like you get insight, which lets you do the upgrade of yourself. You get in your dream book, there is a to-do list, which is
Okay.
mini missions that get you rewards, which let you improve yourself even more.
Okay.
Um, and then you can obviously craft. You can. There's so much stuff in this game, dude. Like there's like 15 currencies.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. It's shockingly. I was surprised because as soon as I got my dream book, I was like, oh no.
Oh no, there's a lot of good stuff in here.
Because like
Hey,
you pick your loadout and then like you start talking to people and it's like, oh, this person's influence means you do more range damage. This person's influence means you do better defense. This person means you get better
mm,
whatever. It's like, oh crap.
I'm in trouble.
And
uh,
then as you start to have conversations with the people, it gives you like little cutscenes of like conversations between you and the person in the real world. And so
oh,
like you're
wow.
getting backstory on the main character while at the same time meeting new people. And it's just like,
Yeah, I think you're right. It sounds like I need to like take an afternoon sometime this week and just sit down and like, all right, I'm gonna play this for like 2 hours straight and just kind of get as much of this stuff going as I can.
yes.
Yeah.
It honestly, it shocked me how deep this immediately started to go, and I was just like, oh no, this is like, it's like I started playing this after the raid on Friday,
Right.
and I did a couple of runs. I was like, oh no, I'm in so much trouble.
There's so much in this game. It
Like
sounds it sounds really good though.
it's it's grabbing me in such a way, and I don't know if it's just the style, but
Mm-hmm.
also by the way, keeping out for like golden like streams off things.
Okay.
If you see like a car, the first one I saw was a car, and the second map had like a little golden like thing coming off the top of it. That's a memory that you can collect that
Oh
helps you
wow.
unlock more things. So
Wow.
that
Okay.
I mean, the combat feels okay so far.
It feels like when I was playing it and before I knew all of this unlockable stuff, it's just sort of thinking like, yeah, this feels like a pretty standard roguelike, we keep running into in the show where it's like it's a roguelike. Like it feels pretty good. You got levels, combat feels fine, parrying feels pretty good when you can get the window down. It feels alright. Got some bombs, sure. But I'm excited to dive back in now
It's
that I know it has everything in it.
dude, it's so much deeper than it. Like as soon as it was like, oh yeah, Carrier's got the courage now to talk to people around town. I was like,
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
And like the best thing is it gives you a friendship rating with people, so it's stranger to acquaintance is what you
Oh
level it up
man,
to.
that's really
And
good.
then the better friends you are with them, the higher, the more difference their skill does. So
Right.
like the range one is like it starts at like 3%
Mhm.
damage additional for range, and then after that it's like, oh yeah, now it's 5%. Now you cast faster. Now at the very bottom you get a maximum increase to your vital or whatever it is that you use to
Oh
do the
wow.
range stuff.
Interesting. So it's
Yeah,
not like 1%, 3%, 5%. Yeah.
no, it's a whole bunch of stackable stuff. So
Wow. Okay.
this
That's a cool way of doing like improving yourself run over run.
Yeah, and we always, and quite rightly so, it's worth mentioning here. We always give Hades so much credit
Mhm.
for bringing story into roguelikes and having it make sense.
Yeah, in a real important way.
And I could argue that this does the same thing
Nice.
because going into a dream and the dream being the roguelike, you are fighting in your dreams. The first boss is fear.
Right. It's a
Like
giant
you're
shark named
literally
Fear.
fighting your fear.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the second boss is called. I had him to like this much, this much. I
Oh
had that
no.
second boss too, and then he beat me. Um, I can't remember what he's called, but it's a logical, well done
Yeah.
storytelling reason for why you would be in a roguelike state. And
And
the
it
level
looks super
designs,
cool.
yeah, and those level designs make perfect sense because the
Mm.
first level is the departure, which is you assumingly leaving your hometown.
Right.
And it looks like a little town in the middle of nowhere, and it's got all the memories. Like it's got every room you go into feels like a memory from that hometown.
Yes. Yep. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then the second level is the same. It's like you move to the city, and here is the main street with the four teleports or whatever from each side. And you go to a different room, and it's like, oh, this could be the where this memory comes from.
Mhm.
It's it's doing something that I think only Hades has done, which is it's telling the story and giving you a valid reason to go back out again and again and again and do the roguelike thing.
Right.
But the narrative aspect of it, of falling asleep to go into your dreams, to fight your dreams, to come back up, and then you use the things you learned in your dreams to literally improve yourself,
Right. Right.
and it makes you better when you next fall asleep.
That's cool.
It's really well done, and I'm so stoked that like, yeah, great, we've got another story-based roguelike that makes perfect sense as
Mhm.
to why it's set in the world it is.
And this game is a super small team too. Like just like
Oh,
Supergiant. Like this game opens up with like a little text window saying like, "Hi, we're a really small team. We worked really hard on
I think
this.
it's
We
like
hope you
two
enjoy it."
people, isn't it? It's like two people's names on the bottom of that.
Yeah, around there. Yeah, like yeah, it's very impressive. I'm glad we're playing this, and I'm very excited to kind of keep diving into this. This game is pretty cool.
It's oh, like the layout as well. Like I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the the cover art for it
No,
because
I don't think it
the cover art is
sells.
anime as hell.
Yeah, it's the one we have here on the right next to me on the video. If anyone's watching it, um,
I think it does the game a disservice.
yeah, yeah. This is the what was that zombie twin stick shooter we played with the like super pervy anime cover art?
Hold on, I'll find it in a second. No, no, no,
Something
no,
EX
no,
Zombie Crushers EX. There's another CSI game.
Riddled corpses.
Yeah, Road Corpses
Yes.
EX. Something similar to that, where it's like that's not what the game looks like. It looks super cool.
Yeah, I think the art style in the game is so much better than that cover art.
Yeah, it's really good. I'll have to
And
change it
like
up every week.
the spells and stuff as well, like look cool.
Yep.
Like I really like I don't know if you've found it yet, but I got a black hole spell, which
Oh,
was
wow.
just so cool.
Man. Yeah. I'm excited to play more of this. Dreamscaper
And
seems
hey,
pretty
it's an
cool.
Unreal 4 engine game as well, apparently.
Oh, nice. And it's on Game Pass. How can you go
Uh-huh.
wrong? All right, any final thoughts here on Dreamscaper Week 1?
Yeah, give it a shot. Like just
It's cool. If you're listening to the show, you'll probably like it.
like if you're listening to a show dedicated to roguelikes and you're interested in roguelikes, spoiler alert, this roguelike might be good for you.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Bye.